Why isn't money flowing to you? You've been doing everything they teach out there. You've been thinking positively, meditating, repeating affirmations, studying the laws of the universe. But for some reason, it feels like money slips through your fingers, as if an invisible force is always pulling you back to the same place. You feel like there's something inside you that wants to thrive, but something also holds you back. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you align intellectually with abundance, it doesn't show up consistently. I understand, because this isn't a problem of worthiness. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of faith. It's a silent and deeply rooted vibrational pattern that's still resonating in your subconscious. Maybe no one has clearly told you this. It's possible to meditate every day and still be sending out the frequency of scarcity. It's possible to visualize prosperity and still feel your body tense up at the thought of receiving. It's possible to study the flow and never be able to tap into it. But there is a way out, and it's not about thinking harder. It's about remembering who you are at your energetic core. Today, you're going to understand why abundance feels distant and what to do to finally remove the block that's keeping you from accessing it. This video is a portal for realignment. You'll understand how the silent sabotage of the subconscious works, the impact of your vibrational field, and how to use simple, yet deeply energetic practices to shift the flow starting today. If you're tired of waiting, but still hold faith in a greater purpose, if you feel like you're already awakened, but something still holds you back, this is your moment. Your soul has recognized the call. You're trying. You meditate, affirm, visualize. You're doing your best to keep your vibration high. But for some reason, the money still isn't coming. And that frustrates you because it feels like the universe is ignoring your efforts. But the truth is, it's not your conscious effort that manifests abundance. It's what's encoded in your subconscious. You can say 1,000 times that you're prosperous, but if there's an old memory of scarcity within you, a fear of not having enough, a feeling of guilt for wanting more, that's the vibration that takes over. That's how the block works. Silent, invisible, hidden behind your good intentions. This is the blind spot for those who have already awakened, but haven't broken the cycle yet. Because the problem isn't lack of knowledge. It's vibrational incoherence. While your mind says yes, your energy field screams no. While you visualize prosperity, your body vibrates urgency, anxiety, scarcity. And the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are, to what you consistently feel. If there's a conflict between thought and emotion, the denser vibration wins. That's why so many remain stuck even after years of self-development. Because they're still operating on an unconscious frequency that rejects what they consciously ask for. The question isn't whether you're trying to manifest. The question is, what inside you is still blocking the reception? That is the key that begins to shift the flow. Scarcity has a specific frequency. It vibrates in urgency, in fear of lack, in constant comparison, in a sense of neediness. And what you vibrate, you amplify. If your energy field emits tension, worry, or anxiety when you think about money, the universe interprets that as a command. It doesn't matter what you say, what matters is what you transmit. Have you ever entered a beautiful place, but still felt uncomfortable? That's what happens with energy. Your field communicates before words, before conscious intention. Scarcity creates a pattern of energetic repetition. It makes you see the same limitations over and over. You react with the same responses, and your aura starts to close off as if it's in defense mode. In that state, you don't access creativity, inspiration, or solutions. You go into survival mode. And when your body is in survival mode, it blocks the flow of receiving. Because receiving requires openness. Prosperity requires inner space. Financial freedom begins with energetic expansion. As long as you're on alert, trying to control everything, calculating, contracting, the flow can't find a way in. You might be asking for financial freedom with your words, But if your energy field is sending out fear of loss, the message the universe receives is insecurity. Scarcity isn't just a money issue. It's a vibrational distortion that affects your perception, your choices, and your ability to receive. Recognizing this is the beginning of the shift. Your body is a living antenna, constantly picks up, transmits, and receives signals. And when it comes to manifesting money, it's the main channel of energetic transmission. According to Joe Dispenza, it's your repeated emotional state that shapes your reality. These states are recorded in the body as automatic programs. That means, even if you say you want to prosper, if your body is addicted to emotions like frustration, fear, or financial shame, it will keep tuning into those frequencies. Quantum physics has already proven that your mind, emotions, and electromagnetic field are constantly interacting with the field around you. You're not separate from the flow. You are part of the flow. Your vibrational field, the union of your mind, heart, and body, is what determines the reality you collapse. It's not enough to just visualize wealth. If, when you imagine a full bank account, your body tenses up, your shoulders tighten, your stomach knots, you're signaling to the field that it's dangerous, threatening, or unlikely. Your body needs to feel that it's safe to prosper. It needs to get used to the idea of abundance as something natural, familiar, possible. And that realignment begins with presence. Observe how your body reacts when you talk about money. Notice the micro signs, the sigh, the tension, the urge to avoid. That's where the block lives. And that's exactly where the change begins. Your subconscious is the true director of your financial reality. It governs 95% of your decisions, behaviors, and reactions. And unlike the rational mind, it doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotional repetition. If you grew up hearing that money is hard to get, that rich people lose their values, that extreme effort is necessary for freedom, those phrases became commands. And today, even while seeking prosperity, you might still be living under the influence of a program that silently sabotages you. This program works like an invisible alarm. Every time you get close to something new, to a possibility of financial expansion, it goes off, and you feel fear, guilt, distrust, procrastination. Not because you don't want it, but because your system believes it's not safe. The subconscious acts to protect you, even if it's protecting you from the very thing you desire. That's why changing your external reality starts with rewriting this inner code. And this isn't done with just random phrases. You need to create internal experiences that contradict the old pattern. You need to feel in your body the emotion of already having what you want. You need to imagine and hold the scene of abundance until your system recognizes that state as familiar. That is reprogramming. And over time, what once seemed out of reach becomes inevitable. But for that to happen, you need to stop repeating the same story internally. You need to tell your subconscious a new narrative. One where money isn't a threat. It's an extension of your light. Visualization is not just about closing your eyes and imagining pretty scenes. Visualization is an energetic language. It's when you see with your mind, feel with your body, and hold with your heart, all at the same time. When done on a shallow level, it changes nothing. But when done with presence, emotion, and coherence, it begins to shape your reality. The most common mistake is visualizing with anxiety, creating mental images of abundance while your body vibrates frustration for not having it yet. In that state, visualization reinforces scarcity. You focus on what's missing, not on what already is. And the field responds exactly to what you emit. The technique lies in merging the image with real emotion, feeling the scene as if it's already happening. Not imagining that one day you'll have financial freedom, but allowing your body to feel now what it's like to live in abundance. What it's like to wake up in peace, choose without fear, contribute with ease. What it's like to stop thinking about survival and start focusing on expansion. When the image becomes emotionally real, the subconscious accepts it. And the body begins to emit a new frequency. You're no longer wishing, you're embodying. Visualization is practice. It's a vibrational construction. The mind speaks loudly. The ego insists on trying to control everything. But abundance doesn't manifest through control. It manifests when you tune in to what already exists. Meditating to attract wealth isn't just about clearing your head. It's about creating inner space. It's about stepping out of survival mode and allowing the body to enter a state of receptivity. You don't access the field of abundance in the noise. You access it in the silence, in the space between thoughts, where the mind dissolves and your true vibration begins to operate. Joe Dispenza explains this clearly. It's in the moment you forget who you think you are that the quantum field can work in your favor. As long as you keep trying to solve everything through effort, you're blocking universal intelligence from acting. In meditation, you don't just calm down. You align. You synchronize your field with higher frequencies, and in that frequency, money, which is simply energy, begins to reorganize around you. It's common for ideas, solutions, invitations, and unexpected paths to appear after deep meditative states. Because you opened up, you stopped pushing, and finally you listened. Abundance meditation isn't about asking. It's about recognizing that it already exists. In silence, the flow finds a way, and money returns to what it has always been, a vibrational consequence. Meditation opens the path to abundance. But can you truly sustain it if you don't feel worthy of it? Many people who desire prosperity still carry an unconscious belief that they don't deserve it. Sometimes this belief doesn't show up in words, but in subtle actions. Self-sabotage, delays, rejection, discomfort when receiving, shame around charging for your work. Money may come close, but something pushes it away, as if there's an invisible lock preventing abundance from staying. The truth is, you only receive what you believe you're able to hold. If your identity is still anchored in scarcity, it doesn't matter how much you meditate or visualize, your vibration repels what you're asking for. And this has nothing to do with moral worth. It has to do with frequency, with how much you've internally updated the image you have of yourself. Worthiness isn't about being perfect or spiritual enough. It's about aligning your self-image with the new level you want to reach. As long as you see yourself as someone limited, as not ready yet, or who wasn't born for this, the universe respects that vibrational choice. You want to receive, but the field reads, "I'm not ready yet." That's why the process of worthiness is an expansion of identity. It's an internal shift that says, I can have, I can live it, I can overflow. At this level, money stops being the goal. It becomes a reflection of how much you've allowed your true frequency to take the place of the old character. That's what activates the flow. You're no longer chasing it. You become it. True financial freedom doesn't start with numbers. It starts with frequency. It begins when your thoughts are aligned with your emotions, and your emotions are in sync with your energetic actions. When there is coherence between what you think, feel, and do, the universe doesn't hesitate. It delivers precisely what you sustain with vibrational integrity. And this alignment doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. It requires you to stop living on autopilot and start choosing consciously the frequency you want to live in. You want wealth? Then pay attention. What are you consuming? How do you treat yourself? What do you expect when you wake up? What do you transmit when you speak? All of this sends out signals. All of this builds or breaks the vibration of financial freedom. This is a daily practice, adjusting your energy, your language, and your internal posture to match the reality you want to access. Be fully present in what you desire, without noise, without guilt, without self-abandonment. Scarcity is not your truth. It's an old noise learned, repeated. You've come to understand that it's not about blind effort or simply wanting more. It's about becoming someone who vibrates in abundance, even before the results appear. Prosperity is not a future promise. It's a frequency that activates in the now, when you consciously choose to tune into it. If something inside you felt truth in this video, maybe this isn't just content. Maybe it's a reminder of what your soul already knew. And if that reminder touched something in you, trust this. The next step is already waiting for you. Follow your intuition. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with someone who also needs to awaken. and stay aware. The flow is already in motion.